Narcissists make you feel like you are unlovable. And again, more deception, more lies, none of it is true. The devil's job is to almost lead you to your own demise. So if they can trick you and get control of your mind and have you take yourself out via committing suicide, then they've done their job. I mean, that's all in a day's work for a narcissist. They are pure evil, and they operate. They use psychology. They infiltrate your mind using mind control to trick you into thinking that you are worthless, you cannot be loved. And this couldn't be further from the truth. They are deceivers. And this is what their whole operation is built on, and that's why it's so insidious, because they can infiltrate people's minds. And really what they're doing is transferring their own feelings toward themselves onto you, and they're getting you to feel this way, even though they are the ones that are unlovable and worthless. But they transfer this onto you. If they can just drop you like a bag of hot potatoes and move on with someone else, this makes you feel like something is wrong with you, when they are the dysfunctional one. This is not a normal way of operating. So their job is to convince you of what they believe about themselves, so that you will take yourself out. Your own mind will do the work for them. That's how evil these people are, so if you start beating yourself up, oh, what did I do wrong? Why did they discard me in such an evil way? Why did they do this? Why did they do that? Then they're doing their job. That this is all part of the plan. It's kind of like if they discard you out of the blue, it's kind of akin to like a traumatic brain injury, because it's almost like, I think when you get a concussion, I believe that's when your brain, like, jiggles and hits your skull or something like that. I don't know if I have it exactly right, but something like that. A lot of people that play football and things like that, where they're, it's a very high impact sport. They can get concussions or traumatic brain injuries. It's kind of similar to that. You have the cerebral spinal fluid up there that's supposed to kind of like protect you, but sometimes the impact is so great that it almost like shell shocks your brain. Your brain cannot process this kind of impact, because we're not supposed to be under that kind of stress, either physically or mentally. We cannot process it because it's too much for our brain to process. And that's where you get the dissonance, to where you almost go into when things are so complex that you can't even process it, it's almost like your brain attempts to protect itself in some way by shoving it deep down into the subconscious, or going into denial and pretending that this actually doesn't exist or didn't happen, because it's kind of like so shocking that you can't even process it. So it's almost like, it absolutely is a trauma to your brain. So, these people are so insanely dangerous, it's unbelievable. That's why any time you realize that anyone is toxic in any capacity, just get as far away from them as possible and never go anywhere near them, never look backwards. So what happens is a lot of people are primed for this type of abuse because their family was so toxic and neglected them and treated them like a piece of garbage that people are trying so vehemently to get away from the toxic family that puts them right in the line of another toxic person, because they're just, it's like you're literally looking for anyone because you're trying to get away from the toxic foundation that was laid out for you, that you jump onto anything and cling onto anything that can get you away from the other toxic people. So you were already trained and primed to accept this type of behavior, and you didn't, chances are, you were never taught how you were supposed to be treated in the first place. Or you were just treated like crap from Jump Street, so you accepted this treatment as normal from other people because your family trained you that is how you are supposed to be treated, so you accept this as normal. And I'm here to tell you, it is not normal. That is not how you are supposed to be treated. You deserve the best treatment possible. You are a gem. You are a precious stone, and you deserve, whatever the world has to offer. The sky is the limit. You deserve a wonderful man, a wonderful woman to treat you in the way that you are supposed to be treated, and you should accept no less than that. It definitely takes some work to move in that direction, because you have to reverse all of the brainwashing and the negative treatment and foundation and base that was laid out for you. So that's not going to happen overnight. That takes work, that takes time. So narcissists are the great deceivers, and they want you to believe that you cannot be loved, but you can be loved. In fact, empaths are some of the most lovable, kind, caring, glowing, amazing people there are. And so they have to slowly and systematically break you down so that you actually become a basket case, and it's only actually through their work that you might be, a little broken down, a shell of yourself for a while, but that can get built back up. That's only temporary. So they may have done their job for a moment, but that's only because it takes time to heal from the impact of the trauma. Once you can get past these traumas and build yourself back up and operating on all four cylinders again, you're right back at square one, and you can absolutely reverse this damage and build yourself back up and get healthy and vibrant again. It's that simple. So, don't believe the devil's lies. The devil is a liar. Do not let the devil convince you that you are worthless and unlovable, because I love you, God loves you, there's plenty of people that love you. That is a lie that has infiltrated your mind, and it is not true.